Dame got a aggressive way of, you know, putting out whatever you trying to put out, say whatever you want to say. Dame is very unapologetic, and he's very passionate in anything he do. So I don't know. I guess people wasn't ready for that aggressiveness.
And Dame, he was doing all the day-by-day work at Roc-A-Fella, right? He was helping out the artists.
I mean, yeah, you could say that Dame was more hands-on with a lot of things than anybody. You know, the higher ups from Roc-A-Fella, as far as being in, whether it was Roc-A-Wear clothing or being in the studio when we was recording, Dame was very.
Beanie Sigel just dropped a part of the Roc-A-Fella story most people never talk about. In this clip, he explains how the labor really moved behind the scenes. None of the headlines, none of the egos, just straight up work. He says Dame Dash was aggressive, hands-on, and unapologetic. The guy was handling day-to-day pressure, making sure artists got what they needed right now. We're talking studios, clothing lines, big decisions. Dame was in all of it. What makes this even crazier? How calm Beanie Sigel tells it. No bitterness, no spin, just perspective from someone who was actually there. And he drops a key detail that changes the whole view of early Roc-A-Fella days. Dame Dash, he's the one who took a chance on Kanye West when everyone else only saw him as a producer. That right there tells you how hands-on he really was. This isn't about ranking Dame Dash against Jay-Z. It's about understanding roles, styles, strengths, and how that balance helped create one of hip-hop's most legendary runs. And trust me, once you hear where this conversation goes next, it adds even more context to why Roc-A-Fella Records operated the way it did. I'm about to play this clip for y'all, but before I do, drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button, and subscribe. Let's get into it.
What do you feel about Steve Stout saying that, you know, Dame Dash, big ego, and him disrespecting people, what's the reason for his downfall?
No, well, I wouldn't say that was the cause of his downfall or whatever. I don't know. But, you know, everybody know Dame got a aggressive way of, you know, putting out whatever you trying to put out, say whatever you want to say. Dame is very unapologetic, and he's very passionate in anything he do. So I don't know. I guess people wasn't ready for that aggressiveness.
And Dame, he was doing all the day-by-day work at Roc-A-Fella, right? He was helping out the artists.
I mean, yeah, you could say that Dame was more hands-on with a lot of things than anybody. You know, the higher ups from Roc-A-Fella, as far as being in, whether it was Roc-A-Wear clothing or being in the studio when we was recording, Dame was very hands-on.
So pretty much when y'all would need something, y'all would go to Dame. He'll be the one that would help y'all out.
Yeah, pretty much.
And Dame was the one that took a chance on Kanye, right?
Yeah, as far as my knowledge from the gate, yeah. A lot of people wanted Kanye just to be a producer, or thought that that's just what he was good at. But nah, Ye was special. I think Dame seen that early.
Yeah, I heard that when he would be in the studio with y'all, he'll try to get on y'all records.
No, not try to get on him. We got records together. Like State Property embraced Ye. We embraced Ye from the gate before, you know, the blueprints and all that. Yeah, we felt as though Ye was, you know, part of State Property. We rock with Ye. Ye might come with a joint that already got a hook on it that he did. Yeah, we want that. That was Yeezy. Yeah, Yeezy had to try to get on no record. Yeezy was making the hits.
Now, how was that like when y'all was around Roc-A-Fella and he came out with College Dropout and that shit was so huge the way it was?
It was crazy. It was regular. Like Ye did what we thought Ye was going to do. As far as, you know, State Property. We looked at Ye in a different light. That was the bro. That's family.
This is one of those moments that makes you rethink how power really works behind the scenes. My honest takeaway from Beanie Sigel: this isn't about Dame Dash being right or Jay-Z staying quiet. It's about how two completely different leadership styles can exist in the same building and still create something legendary. Too many people try to flatten Roc-A-Fella into one personality, but it was really a system built from very different personalities. From how Beans describes it, Dame Dash was the pressure point, the person you went to when something needed to happen immediately. Studios, clothing, artists needing help, ideas needing a push. Dame Dash applied the force. It wasn't always pretty, it wasn't always comfortable, but it got results in the moment. That kind of leadership rarely gets celebrated while it's happening. It usually gets judged later, after emotions cool off. At the same time, Jay-Z's role makes even more sense framed this way. Vision, patience, long-term thinking. Jay-Z didn't need to be loud because the noise was already being handled. That balance is rare, and it's hard to maintain, especially when success starts compounding fast. What I really love about Beanie Sigel's tone here is that there's no bitterness, no rewriting history, no taking shots. He just explains it. Success often comes with friction, not harmony. You need someone to knock down doors and someone willing to wait for the right door to open. And the Kanye part? That's huge. Being hands-on isn't just about aggression. It's about seeing potential early. Dame Dash saw more than just a producer in Kanye West, which speaks to instincts. Instincts are a form of intelligence that often gets overlooked until the results show up years later. This conversation also sheds light on something bigger about hip-hop business culture. We love to highlight the artist, but barely anyone talks about operations. Labels don't move on vibes alone. Somebody has to handle the unglamorous work. Arguments, follow-ups, risk. That work creates tension, and tension often gets mislabeled as ego. This isn't about choosing sides between Dame Dash and Jay-Z. Both approaches were necessary at that time. Take one out, and the outcome probably changes. Maybe the label moves more slowly. Maybe it never feels as explosive. Maybe some artists never get that same shot. What Beanie Sigel is really giving us here is context, and context is rare in hip-hop. It reminds us that success is messy, loud and quiet at the same time, strategic and emotional in the same room. Stories like this matter, not for drama, but for lessons, especially for artists and entrepreneurs trying to build something real today. So let me ask you, do you think Beanie Sigel helped people better understand Dame Dash's role at Roc-A-Fella in a way history often skips? And how do you think the balance between Dame Dash's aggression and Jay-Z's vision shaped the legacy we still talk about today? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit like, subscribe, and let's keep the conversation going. Peace.